Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your monthly reading for November 2025. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker. And I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into your reading. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, please do not ever try to force a reading you see on the internet to fit your personal life situations. If it resonates, take it, leave the rest behind. If it's not resonating, it may just be a message for another Gemini out there. All right, spiritual team, tea leaf fortune cards. What messages do you have for the Gemini collective? Okay, there's one. What messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? Let's see. What messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? Okay, things are jumping. Just not a whole lot, though. Okay. Well, let's take that and see what comes up. Let me get this one on the floor here. All right. Okay, so first up, we have the diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. You know what it's giving? It's giving proposal. It is giving proposal. We have the flying bird. News is on the way. Okay. And we have the haystack. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. It sounds a lot more ominous than it feels, honestly. Like when I said it, I was like, this sounds so ominous, but I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like it's good karma coming your way. And then finally, we have the month of January. Okay, so something specific could be happening this coming January that you're going to be starting and prepping for right now. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what other messages we can get for you guys. Spiritual team, Sugar Skull Tarot, what messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Gemini collective at this time? Let's see. What do we got? We got Five of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What else? Temperance in reverse. Knight of Wands. And the Emperor. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Fool. We have the Seven of Swords. The Three of Cups in reverse. The Three of Swords. And the Five of Swords in reverse. Geminis, what the hell? What the hell is going on here? This looks like a whole lot of nonsense for all the good stuff that we had come up at the beginning. And I don't like it. It started out good with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like you guys are coming out of some really sticky financial issues. Okay. Things may have just like slowed down for you, or you may have like lost a good chunk of money, or even for some of you guys may have lost your home in some way. Whether like it was from a natural disaster, or like you had to sell your home, you had to leave your home because finances were a little hard to come by. So I feel like there is somewhat of a turnaround financially for those of you that are wondering, about that. But generally speaking, I just feel like security for you guys is turning around this month. I just feel like everything kind of leading up to this point has been very doom and gloom. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I feel like there's been a big push or a lot of stress involving like getting things turned back around and back on track, right? So I feel like this month there is potentially some really good news, okay, especially like on the career front. Okay, I don't know why, but with this Emperor and this Knight of Wands right next to each other, it feels like either somebody's getting hired for a new position, or like something is turning around with a company that you work for. So things could have been really slow. You could have been like furloughed or laid off temporarily, or you could have been like, I don't know, been getting less and less hours, less and less work time, because things have been really, really slow for the company you work for. Does that make sense? or you guys have just been looking for work in general. But I feel like this is a month of yeses with this Knight of Wands, or at the very least, like finally taking matters into your own hands and making progress. Does that make sense? Yeah, if it's giving like someone bossing up with the Emperor. And the Knight of Wands is action, very much action oriented. So I do see things starting to move forward, excuse me. We also at the bottom of the deck have the Fool card, next to the Seven of Swords, and then a whole bunch of other nonsense after it. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is you like hiding how you've been feeling. I don't know if that has been a thing. Like, you've been hiding your feelings or emotions behind like this very happy or I'm fine exterior, but that's kind of what it's giving. I wish I could show you all 5 cards at the same time, but I have the Fool card and I have a whole bunch of cards at the bottom of the deck that are all blue. And when I see blue, like I automatically just think of sadness. Okay. And then to have the Three of Cups in reverse right next to the Three of Swords, it's like someone's been feeling, um, not very social, not wanting to, um, like, I don't know. It's just, it is giving unhappiness. It's feeling like unsupported. It's feeling like people maybe don't understand what you're going through or whatever, whatever. But it also feels like you hide this from people. So people can't really be there for you or support you the way that you need to be supported right now because you don't talk about it. You don't bring it up. You don't show that you are going through something mentally or emotionally. And I think for a lot of you, like that's just how you are. You're not one to complain. You're not one to, you know, bring the vibe down, so to speak. And like you just keep pushing and you keep going with this Fool card here, and you just pretend everything's okay. And I feel like that has worked for you guys a lot of the time throughout most of your life if you're resonating with that. But I think for some of you guys during Mercury retrograde, which we will be having between November 9th and November 29th, I feel like you guys are going to realize that like you don't need to put on this mask anymore about things, especially with certain people. Okay, I feel like there is a level of like vulnerability for you guys that may be coming to the forefront this month. And I feel like, yeah, that's what it is. A lot of you guys have been struggling with whatever this is for so long that now it's finally like you're going to start talking about it with somebody and they're like, why didn't you tell us sooner that you were struggling? Like, we would help you. Like, we're your community. That's what this is. That is what this is. This almost feels like a rallying around you with the Knight of Wands. It's like finally you kind of like let it out and you're like sobbing or venting to somebody. You're like, I just don't know what else to do. And you're like, well, damn, bitch. Like, why didn't you tell me this 8 months ago? Like, I could have been helped you. Gemini could have been helped you. What the hell? But yeah, it's giving like help is on the way, bitch. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. And you could like through your community, through your network, you could like start getting work or you could get hired because you know somebody. And you, like, closed mouths don't get fed, Gemini. You gotta speak up. You gotta say when you're going through shit. Okay, like there's no awards for struggling in silence. That's probably going to be the title of this video. There is no award for struggling in silence. We're not giving those out. Not out here. Not right now. Not in these times. No. So I feel like, Geminis, this is a relief for you in terms of getting you back on track. And like all it took was for you to just be open. That's all it took was for you to be open, to say something, to be like, I have really been struggling with this. And then finding the people that will rally around you and get you back on your feet, get you where you need to go, and support you the way that you need to be supported. I like, oh my God, the way I want to cry right now, Geminis, I'm not going to, but I mean, oof. Damn. Okay. That's what I'm seeing for you guys this month. I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with a couple of oracle decks here in just a second. But if this particular reading did not necessarily resonate for you and you were looking for clarity on another situation, I do offer personal readings. You can reach out to me either on TikTok or Instagram, send me a DM. My handles are below in the description box. Those are the only platforms and handles that I use. So please, please, please do not accept messages from someone that may look like me, pretending to be me, because it could be a scam. I do not operate that way. I never reach out to anybody for readings first. I always have people come to me. So please always message me first and always use the handles in the description box. Until I get my website, that is the best way to get in touch with me right now if you want to do a personal reading. If you're not financially in a place to get a personal reading, but you do want more for your sign, definitely engage with this video. I always do bonus readings for the top 3 signs that engage the most with these videos at the beginning of the month. So leave a like, leave a comment, engage. Let me know that you want the Geminis to be in the running for a 2-for-1 special bonus reading later in the month, and that will include a love reading and a general reading. All right, that's my ad, that's my spiel. Let's get into it and let's get some final messages for you guys. Spiritual team, Green Witch Oracle, what final messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? What final messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? Doop, doop, doop. All right, what do we got? We have healing. Oh, didn't I say healing? This is definitely a healing moment. This is probably healing some wounds you have about like being a burden to people. I don't know why that popped into my head. We also have tranquility. So a little bit of peace, a little bit of relief. That was the biggest word that I was hearing throughout this message was relief. Relief that you've been needing. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have transition. So yeah, definitely speaks to a transition period, getting you back on your feet, resolving things that you've been going through. Okay, so this is just transition. I feel like this is something that could be going on through January till you're like completely back to where it is that you want to be, or at least as close to it as possible. You may not necessarily go back to normal for a while, but at least you will be back on your feet and kind of more independent again by January is what I'm feeling. All right, spiritual team, ancestor, spirit, oracle, what final messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? What final messages do you have for the Gemini Collective? All right, let's see. All right, what do we have? We have nature spirits, elves, fairies, and rock formations. I love that they threw in rock formations after elves and fairies. Because what? I just realized that. I'm like, it's so out of. Like, they could have said sprites. They could have said nymphs. They could have said literally anything but rock formations. I'm sorry, that was my little rant. But, okay, some of you guys could be, finding peace in nature. And some of you guys may feel like, you're not necessarily alone, or you feel like you're just kind of vibing with the spirits in nature. Like, I don't know, I can see the Geminis kind of like going on a hike, sitting near like water. Like, I'm picturing a waterfall, honestly, maybe because there's a waterfall on this picture. But yeah, I'm seeing like water, I'm seeing, just hanging out outside in nature at some point and just like vibing and even like talking to the trees. I know it sounds crazy, but listen, talk to the trees. The trees are listening. They've done enough scientific research to know that the trees are listening. Not only that, but the trees cry. Did you know that? Anyways, sorry. The ADHD is real today. I'm so sorry. Anyways, we have laugh and have fun. Smile, positive energy, joyfulness. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm having fun. I'm kikiing with you about trees, okay? Laugh and have fun. You need to socialize and you need to get back out with your community because your community is going to be the ones that have your back in tough times, okay? Not everything needs to be doom and gloom. Not everything, again, needs to be done by yourself. Have fun. Find a way to reconnect back to old Gemini, who Gemini was before they went into all of this doom and gloom, all right? Next, we have treat your body well, exercise, meditate, and massage. Yeah, a lot of you guys are holding your tension and your stress in your body. Like I just felt it a little bit. I was like, oh, I gotta stretch. But a lot of you guys, I feel like, are carrying it definitely in your shoulders and in your neck. Like your body may feel really, really stiff. That is from stress. Like you gotta go outside. You gotta do something. Do some cartwheels. Do some hiking. Do some yoga in your house. Like do something. Please, 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 please. That's gonna make you feel a lot better too. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we connect with past loved ones, sense, feel, and reconnect. I love that. So some of you guys could be celebrating like something like Dia de los Muertos, or you could be, I don't know, just building altars, spending more time at your altar. Maybe this is close to, someone's birthday or the date that they passed on. This month, so you could be like reminiscing a lot about this person that you miss, or multiple family members. You could be hanging out with family, talking about people that have already passed on. But it feels joyful. It doesn't feel sad. It feels joyful. It feels like a good, form of reminiscing. All right, Geminis, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Again, please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. And maybe share this with another Gemini if you feel like it would resonate for them. Again, if you want to see more content from me, I am on TikTok and Instagram. My handles are below in the description box, and you can also reach out to me there if you want to schedule a personal reading with me. If you're not in a place, again, for a personal reading, but you want to show your appreciation, you can always send me a tip. My cash apps are also below in the description box. And I appreciate that for the spiritual labor. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the love and support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.